Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on BeamNG Drive today, going to be driving 3 more cars down our American descent as quickly as possible. We start with an interesting prospect. This Ocuday, I think that's how it's pronounced, S88, based on a 200BX, shares the same engines. However, you might notice the engine is not where it usually is. This is a rear-engine version of the car. Rear engine, rear-wheel drive, and that is likely to change the handling characteristics quite dramatically. Quite how it's going to be down the... I imagine quite oversteery is how it's going to be down this course. Certainly if the rear-engine Skoda I drove a while ago is anything to go by. On a course like this, oversteery is quite scary. Yeah, I guess we will see and we will hope for the best. Of course, it is fitted with the sort of control wheels and control tyres, so it should be fairly okay on the dirt. Oh no, that's many understeers. Many understeers have got on there. I guess we're going to have to be a little bit more careful on the old cornering. Up towards, oh, that's too fast, that's way too fast, over panorama. I'd hoped I might have got away with that. We did not have the grip, the mighty wing's gone, no! Oh, the drive shaft's gone as well. I mean, I'm surprised the engine survived to hit directly on it. It's still happy to spit fire at you. Not going to drive anywhere, though. Panorama this time, let's be a little bit carefuler. Let's try and get the car across for the kilowatt jumps. Oh, we're bouncing, we're bouncing, we're bouncing. We have recovered it, but we've lost many times in that. The kilowatt jumps with this car's weight distribution might be interesting to deal with. Panorama is going to be, a little bit interesting. The kilowatt jumps are a bit brutal to the poor car. We have made it across them. I'm all sorts of wonky through there. The kilowatt jumps weren't exactly great, and I slowed down. The brakes are good on this. I slowed down just too much for that corner. Clobbered our way across the end. It was a terrible line from me, and we put the car in the wall. Not sure the race-inspired vehicle is particularly enjoying itself across the kilowatt jumps, across the bumps here. No, that's a very big twist. Like, that started rolling long before we even made it to the kilowatt jumps almost. Oh no, we've lost both front wheels. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that we'd lost both front wheels, we could probably... We could almost make it to the finish line, but now we have no steer. Oh, the wheel very nearly made it to the finish line. The rest of the car will, get through a tree. It won't beat that tree, though. Oh. Oh, Hammond's hairpin is also a tad on the sketchy side at times. We are a little bit, we're a bit all sorts, but we're a bit of all sorts through there. Yeah. Ouch, again. Ouch, ouch with the trees this time around. I've got it. I was too quick on the way in, got it sliding and couldn't gather it all back up again. Not enough road and not enough grip for the car. Well, if we're going to make it across the kilowatt jumps, it is going to have to be a case of cautiously try not to crash. It won't be the most spectacular, and we will potentially lose a little bit of time down there. However, we actually need the car to make it. We actually need the car to get to the bottom of the course. So, yeah, cautiously does it. Will probably have to be the way to go. Elsewhere around here, it's actually doing quite nicely. Handling characteristics aren't terribly different or bizarre with the rear engine weight distribution, if you like, in this. I mean, it's a little clunky across the kilowatt jump. That's the best I've seen this car do all day so far, so I will take that one. This exit area, the car does want to oversteer quite a lot. Grab the brakes again into the next hairpin. A little bit of handbrake just to help it around some of these corners. There is a bit of understeer kind of on turning. Oh, that's very nicely done through Sebring. There's a little throwing it sideways, and the cars do bounce a tad awkwardly across that. However, the bumps there are horrendous, so there is not too much that we can do. There is now just one more corner to go. Don't cut, which we will run down the inside. The back end's getting bounced around. It's certainly not as smoothly across there as we have seen from some cars of late, but it accelerates across the line to take out the caravan. Pretty decent end. Pretty decent end to the right. Again, considering what we're up against with this car. Oh, we've bent the Mighty. We've not lost it, we've just bent it. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, the suspension... This is, after all, a race version of the car, not quite designed to deal with the demands, with the bumps that you face on this course. The Killalot jumps were very mean. I don't think the engine placement perhaps helps too much in this, with the weight being in a strange, unusual place. That's very easy to throw the car about off of those sections. However, actual corner-wise, actual corner speed, I'm very impressed with this. It doesn't handle horrendously wonky with the different weight distribution. It felt pretty good. Felt pretty good through a lot of the corners. So while we will potentially have lost a bit of time with the Killalot jumps and with the bumps, I'm hoping this might still set a good time. The next car to run down our rally stage is the ETK S Series. Now, the ETKs, well, so far, that have gone have been really quite quick. Of course, it helps being high-powered, all-wheel drive. Okay, they are a bit big and a bit heavy, and it's not likely to challenge a Formula 1 car, but it is, I would expect, to be a pretty good choice. Now, I have had to raise the ride height on this car. The reason being, the controlled wheels are considerably smaller than the ETK's normal ones, and when you put the control wheels on the car, it made it very, very low to the point of nearly scraping. So it has had a slightly raised ride height, so that, well, we try and scrape less along this this course. This is a high-spec model of the car. It's a turbo i6 in this one, so plenty of power and decent amount of grip. Brakes we would expect to be pretty nice on this. We will be able to get away with chucking this car around. There should be the grip, there should be the traction as well to throw it through some of the hairpins and everything be okay. What is it going to do across the Killalot jumps? Oh, it ate its own front bumper. It's not what you want. You don't want your ETK eating its own front bumper. Oh, no, it's going to drown in the bowline stream, and there's nothing I can do about it because it's stuck upside down. Oh, dear. The bowline stream. That claims another one. Killalot jumps. I mean, it looked okay, but when it landed, the front bumper went underneath, and then the front wheels are no longer on the ground, and it just sort of escaped its way off the course and meets a watery end. Over Panorama, we're a smidge wide on the way in. That's going to lead to another big, big off for the S Series. I'm amazed the wheels have stayed on. Amazed the wheels have stayed on in all of that. Do we have... I think we might still have... Yeah, there is still one-wheel drive on our car. Oh, bugger. We got away with it out the other side, but that was... Yeah, there was not a great line through all of that. No, don't hit that bump. No, 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 no. We're going to go off at Panorama again. I was trying a different line, and that line really, really didn't work. That line really, really didn't work. It might bounce its way to the finish line if we're lucky. Oh, if the diff letter had power to the one lone wheel that was there, we could crawl our way to the finish line, but no. That's a dead ETK. There we go. That's more like it. Up over Panorama, over the first of the Killalot jumps. Oh, I thought we clung on to that one. We didn't. Oh, we're going to crash into Sebring. That's the most survivable crash I think we've ever done at that section. I think that is the least damage a car has ever... apart from that front wheel, maybe. Oh, bugger. I thought I was good in that. I thought we were absolutely fine, but it just got thrown wide. Oh, we found part of the... Oh, there's lots of fire. Abandoned car. That's a lot of fire very, very much all of a sudden. That's quite impressive. Unusual indeed, so we're going to have to be very, very careful across Panorama, across the first bit of the Killalot jump. Oh, we ate our bumper again. Ow. And bowline stream for the car. It might actually make its way out. It does survive this. Again, it does survive the fall down the mountain. The bumper's just shot straight underneath the front as we went across there, and then you've got no control of the car. There's nothing you can do when it's riding on the bumper. Formula 1 cars lose their nose, it goes underneath, and they have a big crash. We're just going to have to not get much airtime over there, I think. Now, it will lose a little bit of time compared to the cars that could attack that aggressively, and we haven't really had to be horrendously slow through that section before to just have a car even, you know, survive that part. Oh, no, 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 no. You see, I don't know what I'm doing down here. That's the issue. That's the issue, because I now don't know. I've made it past, and I've not done this bit of the course yet. That's all awful. It's terrible lines, but we did learn something. Kill a lot jumps and go slowly is the plan. Well, I've now got a lot of different parts of the course to worry about. I think we can get across the kill a lot jumps. It won't be spectacular, but we will make it across them in one piece. Oh, don't have issues at Daytona now. You've been pretty good through there. Okay, we're a little smidge wide on the way into Hammond's Hairpin, but again, sometimes you can then sort of bring it back and get a nice run on the exit there, which is what we did. Now this is where we've got to be careful. Across Panorama gently over the kill a lot bump. Still gets a little bit nosedived into the floor, but nothing terrible. Now onto the brakes early here. Very, very easy to run wide at that corner in the S series. Not quite sure why more than we've seen in some other cars. Oh, this hairpin as well is going to be a little bit on the sketchy side. I actually managed to bring that one back quite nicely. Now, through Sebring, it's definitely going to be a chuck the S-Series sideways. It's got the grip and the control to get away with that. Another hairpin coming up that we can probably sort of Scandinavian flick our way in with a little bit of handbrake. Yeah, it's a lovely car for the hairpins. It's just the kill a lot jumps that are the problem, although don't cut might be a problem. Oh, we ran wide. There are some rocks out there that will chew up tyres. We didn't hit them, though. And it is across the line. A good hit on the Caravan S-Series. You made up for your difficulties with the kill a lot jumps with an excellent Caravan crash. Apparently, we've nicked the door as well. It shall be my door. We lost a front bumper in the crash. I'm just going to borrow the door. And that shall be our new front bumper. Yeah, it's a good handling car. I mean, it handles, I guess, sort of as you would expect, around the hairpins and so on. It's a nice, very easy car to throw about. It feels like there's a good amount of power, good amount of acceleration. Brakes are not too bad either. But those jumps were not good. And I think the very large front bumper falling off the car, going underneath or just causing its issues when things did go wrong across those jumps certainly don't help. But there we go. At least if you have a crash at that section, at least it's a spectacular big crash. The final vehicle to take on this course today is the Covet, this V6 R4 version. Now, if there is a vehicle that can possibly beat a Rally Formula 1 car, this is the sort of car that might do it. The F1 car was very good through the corners, however, the bumps and well, crests, well, general off-roading bits, funnily enough, were the car's downfall. This is the sort of vehicle designed to deal with all of that and still be very quick. It might, just maybe, have the ability to get close to the F1 car. Of course, it is all-wheel drive. I am hoping there will be immense amounts of grip. Now, it's unlikely to perhaps quite be as fast at all specific points as the F1 car, although I gave it a damn good go through there. Nope, that was too wide. That was too wide. Ooh, we're going to go for another roll off of Hammond's Hairpin. Oh, and another one. Hey, and then we made a tree. Car's still fine. I think it's stuck on trees. Yeah, it's perhaps not going to have quite the ultimate sort of top speed of the F1 car, but overall I'm hoping it can average higher. It should carry more speed across the bumps. Although things can still very much go wrong with the car. The Formula 1 car could get sort of 80 odd, but this should be better through the turns. It's also a much easier car to chuck around through the turns. The kill a lot jumps. What are you going to? Oh, we're on our shape through Panorama. Well, that wasn't really the kill a lot jumps as such. That was more things went wrong through Panorama, and they ended up going wrong down the kill a lot jumps. Are we gonna eventually bounce and land. If we can land on our wheels. Yes! It is the best run a car has ever done. It's crossed the line. It's going to set fire to the caravan, I think. Steering doesn't work anymore. The car's barely drivable. I kind of pinged it at the finish line a little bit badly. Can we actually fit through? No, we can't actually steer through that gap. I mean, it made a finish. Not an official time, but impressive nonetheless. Difficult to get the front end turned in to some of these corners, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. Sebring, we can be very sideways across. Oh, that's too much sideways. Too much sideways through Sebring. I thought we were going to roll that. Far too much sideways through Sebring. It was worth a go, kind of chucking the car in, and it will, again, carry good speed through there in a way a Formula 1 car won't be able to. But too much sideways, and you run the risk of rolling the car on the exit. Well, if we are going to beat the Formula 1 car, hell, if we're going to get... Well, I mean, to beat the Formula 1 car, we're going to have to go almost sub-minute down this course. We're going to have to find a lot of speed in some corners. That's, again, up to 70 miles an hour there. We are really going to have to, I think, in some ways chuck the car around more than even I would be used to or want to naturally be doing in some of these corners. The kilowatt jumps we're going to have to be able to be fast over, because this is where, well, the Formula 1 car struggled. This is where the Covet needs to be quick. We got away with it all there somehow. We made it all work. It's a horrible bump on the inside there, a little bit wide on the exit. Again, early on the brakes down here. Throw the car through the hairpin. It will have the grip, it will have the traction out the other side. Again, Sebring sideways, but it does mean that we can again stamp on that power out the other side. Nice and early. Panic as we try and get on the brakes slowed for this next hairpin. It's a spectacular run from the Covet. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. It's across the river we go. All of that V6 fury across the line into the caravan. Everything's on fire again. We've this time got a very fiery caravan hat. That's good fun. That's very good fun to drive down that course. It might not go faster than the Formula 1 car. However, I will say it's a lot more entertaining to drive. The Formula 1 car, you're on edge, it's terrifying, and it's twitchy, whereas this, you just throw the car around, and it responds. It responds to that, that drive. A very, very aggressive run down the course. Some fiery explosions to finish. It seems like an appropriate way to go. I'm hoping for a good time with the Covet. So, on to our leaderboard, and, well, the FR17 is a little bit too much for the Covet to deal with, although the Covet will go into second place. The V6 R4, 7 seconds down on the F1 car. I had hoped it might have got a little bit closer. There are some other versions of the V6 R4 that may have a try at some point in an attempt to get closer to that Formula 1 car. Still, though, 2 seconds clear of the Sunburst is very, very good indeed. The ETK S Series, that goes in to a 10th place, a 14.2. Again, a fast time for a road car. It's not that far down on the off-road D Series, the Covet Rally, about second down on the ETK 800, and the 800 didn't have the problems across the kilowatt jumps. The S88, well, that is a bit further down, in 15th place, a 117.0. It's difficulties across the jumps, and unlike the all-wheel drive cars, in which you can really chuck them around some of the hairpins there, that car not quite so much. Again, though, it's a time that's kind of there or thereabouts. It's, well, pretty damn similar to the Miramar race car. It does amusingly get beaten by the front-wheel drive Pazima, but yeah, it's kind of the sort of time you might expect from that car. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, I shall link all the mods used in the description so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. But that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.